My name's Sheehan, I'm the founder of Lost Craft Brewery, and I spent my life savings on a beer that I couldn't sell. This is my work through failure story. So it all began when I left my job in finance. I wanted to do something on my own. I wanted to do something that I was super passionate about, and I really wanted to do something entrepreneurial. I was nervous to some extent, but not as much as definitely my parents were. I come from a background that's very traditional. You work a job 9 to 5, get a pension. So I traveled to Germany and visited breweries and brewmasters in Cologne, Stuttgart, and Munich. The variety of beers and how long they've been brewing them, well-made, very easy to drink beers, was something that I always appreciated. And I came back to Toronto with some of that knowledge, started brewing. You know, I wasn't a brewer. I didn't come from a traditional beer background, but I knew what I think I wanted to create, and I wanted to try to figure out ways to make that happen. Pretty early on, we had a bad batch of beers that was produced. When we started the company, I started it with my life savings. I didn't have that much money to spend. We had to make a very tough decision to dump it. Taking such a big financial hit, it was in the tens of thousands of dollars at an early stage of the business, and it makes you really question why you went into this when you're comfortable in what you were doing before. I really was very grassroots. I went door to door with a backpack selling beer to bars and restaurants. So I'm walking around downtown Toronto with this big backpack full of beer, real heavy. Didn't have any money to pay anyone to go around. I walk up and say, hey, I'm Sheehan from Lost Craft. Got a great craft beer for you to try. I started the company myself. We had a pretty nice can. People thought it was perhaps too good looking. The beer being too much of a lager, too easy to drink. It just seemed like I couldn't sell it and people didn't believe in it. A big low point for me, given how much time and money and resources and effort that I'd gone into traveling to Germany, really studying the craft and making sure that I knew that the beer liquid that we were producing was really great. So to get that negative feedback, something that I took to heart. It was definitely a financial crisis at the start. We'd exhausted my savings. I had gone into a bit of debt to resolve the issue. So we went from a position of having money in the bank to not, and that's a pretty scary thing. We submitted the beer to the Ontario Craft Brewing Awards. Myself and our team, we went to the award show. We didn't expect to win anything. We just thought it'd be fun. I'm sitting there with our entire team, and they're starting to read out the nominations. Then all of a sudden they announced the winner, and it was literally like a pin drop in the room. We won the award. Everyone's looking around, a lot of puzzled faces, and a lot of myself and my team's faces just yelling and screaming and really being overjoyed of something that we really didn't expect. I had numerous industry people come up to us and say, I think we need to revisit how we were looking at the company. Beer is a relationship business, and I think that we didn't have those relationships. We had to work that much harder to build those relationships. And until you get really people coming on board within the industry to say, the beer quality is top notch, it's an uphill battle. I think that's really the story of how we started, the challenges that we had, and how we overcame them.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I have a confession to make. I have failed many, many times, and so have you. And that is why I produced this WTF story, so that you and I can feel a little bit less alone. So if you want to learn more about founders who have overcome their challenges and worked through their failures, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell to turn on our notifications.